It's time to admit that Sydney Sweeney has range. I love what she does in the new HBO or Max original film, Reality. She plays reality winner who was charged with violating the Espionage Act. Now, I don't know if you've heard about her story from 2017 where she leaked some classified documents to the Intercept. This talks about the hours where she was interrogated by a platoon of FBI agents at her house. These FBI agents, two in particular, were trying to meet her at her level. They tried to seem unassuming, but were so intimidating. And I love how this was filmed because at one point it felt like a vlog, and another point it felt like surveillance footage. Every piece of dialogue was taken from transcripts and from source material, with some points redacted. And the director does get very creative with the parts that were redacted because sources and methods are protected, even in this film. It had me in tears because what you have is this power dynamic for most of the film. These are two men who are interrogating in a very creative and cunning way. They're interrogating this young woman in front of her house. They never read her rights. They never offer her any counsel. They don't show her this warrant, this search warrant, where they have a search warrant to search her car, her phone, her house. They don't flash the search warrant for 30 minutes on film. For 30 minutes, they don't even flash it. They don't even show it. They just tell her, we have a search warrant to search your property and we're going to do it and you're going to comply. She's not Mirandized or anything. And she speaks to them because she at first thinks that they're here, that they're at her house for something else. She thinks that they're there for some other reason, but she's also trained, and the way she's interrogated sometimes felt like verbal waterboarding. That's how they persuade her to eventually reveal that she has been a whistleblower. I loved what she did. Her performance reminds me a lot of what Julia Garner did in The Assistant. It was quiet in that way, and quiet so that we, the viewer, can understand the impact of what's really going on. Her rights were so viciously violated. How Sydney Sweeney performs, she does such a great job. Physically with the performance, facially with the performance, it is one of her best performances to date. This is range. She is fantastic. She is exceptional in this film. She really does portray the vulnerability that Reality Winner must have been feeling. His Reality Winner was in the Air Force, and she was honorably discharged, and she was working the civilian job as a means to an end. She wanted to get a security clearance so that she can redeploy. In the meantime, she's a civilian, and she gets to transcribe and translate these documents, and then happens to come across this certified document about the 2016 election, which she admits to leaking to the Intercept. I love what Sydney Sweeney does here. Marchant Davis is really great, and so is Josh Hamilton. And what they do, I like how they use, not only did they use their physical stature in this performance, but they also used wardrobe and how they were positioned, where their marks were, how they were standing, towering over this young woman. who tried to play it cool. They're both, both sides are highly trained. She, an Air Force vet, and these FBI agents, both sides are highly trained. And it just felt so tactical. It did feel at times like a stage play, very stagey, but in a good way. I loved it. I highly recommend seeing this film. It's so accessible. It's on Max. It's on Max. It is streaming now. Please see this film. And please come back and tell me what you think of Reality.